All the frets are cut, the original frets have been pulled, and they're all in order. I basically jammed them into the high density foam. And this is always the payoff for taking all that time to cut, bevel, and polish each and every fret so that it's within a couple of thou of finished length. That's that side done. And that's the base side leveled. Clockwise with our 400 grit, and then counterclockwise, and then straight along. So just shift that sandpaper on the scrub block. Then clockwise, counterclockwise, and then straight along. Take out all that edginess. So the block does actually flex quite a bit, and that kind of slurs over those fret ends and smooths them out. Good. This side, same thing. With the cutaway, you can get right up to the top on this one. So I go clockwise, counterclockwise, and then straight along. Now just shift that sandpaper again, clockwise, counterclockwise, and then straight along. And this kind of knocks off all of that edginess, gives us a nice consistency. Now we're doing the same thing again, but we stepped it up to 600 grit. Clockwise, counterclockwise, and full length. Slip that around the block, clockwise, counterclockwise, and straight along. You can, even the camera picks up how much less resistance you've got. Yeah, just about ready to buff. Okay, let's get that other side. Same thing, clockwise, counterclockwise. Slip that sandpaper along. Clockwise, counterclockwise, and then full length. We don't have the luxury up here to go clockwise and counterclockwise, so we just rely on that scrub block foam and vinyl cover to kind of flex and get around that, and it does. And we're ready to buff. We'll load up that buffing wheel first. Well, the fretwork is completed, but I wanted to show you before I pull these away, I had these pieces of tongue depressor that were cut and shaped for either side of the fingerboard extension so that we don't scratch or damage the top. Okay, we're giving you the wrap up on this Les Paul Special that we did the refret. We actually put a tusk replacement nut in there. The customer is a retired engineer, very specific about what he wants. He wants 18 thou of clearance for that 6th string and 16 thou of clearance for the 1st string. So that's what we've got set up to concert pitch. Let's go to the tuner. I had another customer recently ask about doing a tuning test on a Les Paul without a compensated nut. So I thought I would take the opportunity to do this. These are the Turbo Slinky 9.5 to 46 Ernie ball strings tuned to concert pitch. So we're going to go through our tuning test. This does not have a compensated nut, so I did what everybody in the industry does, right? Open string and 12th fret. Okay, adjusted the bridge saddle accordingly. Okay. And here's the same string, 7th fret. That's pretty good. Octave. Again. Okay, it's 8 cents flat. Open string again. And 1st fret. 8 cents sharp. Here's our A string. This is no compensated nut. Octave. Perfect, right? Okay, 7th fret. 3 cents sharp. It's octave. 5 cents flat. Open A again and 1st fret note. 8 cents sharp. There's the open D and it's octave. 7th fret. 4 cents sharp. It's octave. 5 cents flat. Again, open D. And fret at 1st fret note. Yeah, it's about 6 cents, 7 cents sharp. 3rd string. It's octave, 12th fret. 7th fret. 5 cents sharp. It's octave. 8 cents flat. I'm not changing my touch here. This is reality check. And 1st fret note. There you go. I am not death gripping it. Exactly the same amount of fretting pressure. 9 cents sharp. Okay, the B string. And it's octave. Right? 7th fret. 5 cents sharp. It's octave. 3 cents flat. Open 2nd string and fretted note. 8 cents sharp. And finally the 1st string. And it's octave, 12th fret. 7th fret. Very good. Pretty darn close. Open again. And 4 cents sharp. So obviously the 1st string was almost perfect. The nut specifications with the 16 thou clearance produced an F that was 4 cents sharp. So there you go. There is your standard Les Paul nut, uncompensated, and that is what you get. So this is the wraparound bridge that Gary supplied me with, and it's obviously a PRS takeoff. You have these two adjustments here and here, which has the hex head screws that push against the post to move the bridge back, or you can release it to move the bridge forward. So generally, when I'm setting up these bridges, I set up the low E and the high E, and then I have enough room to sort of adjust the middle strings. Anyway, it's all set up now. I just wanted to point that out. These are the original Gibson posts, and this bridge just pressed right onto those posts. So we didn't have to remove any fasteners. It was just a press fit right out of the box. Now at this end, as I mentioned a second ago, we have the tusk replacement nut. It's fit into place, everything's done. I got those specs that he was after as far as string height on the 6th and 1st string. And in this case, very rarely, but in this case I didn't glue it in because if the customer has a change of heart, we can do a compensated nut, and this guitar, like every other Les Paul I've done in the last 10 years, will be perfectly in tune. But that's the customer's choice, and I'm fine either way. Okay, I'm going to strum through some sort of garden variety first position chords, just chords all over the neck like you always see me do. And this is without a compensated nut. So let's start with just sort of G, C, D. And I have triple checked this with the tuner. Next we'll play 4 different D chords in different positions. First position, 5th position, 10th position, and 14th position. Okay, here's a C chord, first position, 8th position, 12th position. E chord, first position, 4th position, 12th position, and 16th position. Here's an F chord, first position, 5th position, 13th position, 17th position. A chord, first position, 5th position, 9th position, and 17th. I don't know if everybody can hear that or not. So here's G, first position, 3rd position, 7th position, and 15th position. There you go, I rest my case. By the way, I did not glue that nut in. If he decides he wants to actually have the guitar play perfectly surgically in tune and all the chords I just played, then we can put a compensating nut in. Well, I didn't want to let this guitar get away without playing something on it, so I've got a couple of stops on my ME25 multi-effects unit Boss thing that Darcy laid on me there a few weeks ago. So I've got 2 stops. I've recorded this rhythm part, and I'll just play over top of that. I'm making my way through all the stops on this ME25 Boss multi-effects unit. I'm going to click and play and click and play. So this is one. You know, I have to admit that these pickups, these P90 single coil pickups, drive that compressor in my Lab Series amp more than any other pickup I've used. Whatever they're using, it's high output. Again, I'm going to go through the stops. I'll just play a couple of short licks on each one. Both. Second stop. Four. Well, that's relatively clean. Still a little saturated. Five. Kind of quick slap back echo. Six. Okay, that's dry, no echo. Seven. 8. Nine. So that's 9. Not too sure what's going on there. So that was 10. There's 11. There's 12. Oh wow, a clean sound. $13. $14. $15. 16. This sounds like an envelope. Ottawa. This is activated by your attack. So if you play lightly, but when you hit hard, I think that's how it works. It kind of works off your right hand attack. I might be wrong on that. You can correct me. This is stop number 16 on the ME25. 17. And that's an octave, so you've got an octave below the note you play. 18. 19. 20. It's a quick slap back. 21. 22. 23. That's also kind of a wah thing. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. Time I used this had me 25. One of the subscribers said, "How are we supposed to hear the guitar when you got it saturated and start?" And you're absolutely right. So let me just get some clean sounds happening on this, and you can actually hear the guitar. I'm going to let that loop play, but this is just the guitar straight up right into the amp.